The world is facing a serious and rapidly evolving security situation. Russia is no longer just focused on Ukraine. It is actively arming other countries and sharing military knowledge. This trend is creating new risks, especially for the United States and its allies. Every day, the situation becomes more complex. From military cooperation with China to nuclear projects in Iran, Russia's actions could potentially destabilize global security. In this video, we'll break down what's happening, why it matters, and how the United States and the world are responding. Russia and China. Military cooperation expands. Recent reports confirm that Russia is working closely with China to enhance its aerial warfare capabilities. This is not ordinary military training. It involves teaching strategies for large-scale invasions, precision missile strikes, and advanced combat tactics. China has been modernizing its military for years, but Russian support accelerates this process significantly. With Russia's guidance, China could deploy highly sophisticated operations in a potential conflict scenario, not just regionally, but globally. This partnership is alarming because it shows Russia's ambitions extend beyond Ukraine. It is exporting its expertise, potentially enabling conflicts far from its borders. Russia's continued attacks on Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to face intense attacks from Russian forces. Recently, Kyiv and surrounding regions were targeted by a large-scale drone and missile strike. Critical infrastructure has been damaged, and civilians continue to face life-threatening conditions. These attacks are part of a strategy to consolidate control over occupied territories and intimidate neighboring countries. Russian forces are also approaching NATO borders, increasing the risk of accidental or intentional escalation. Russian officials have stated that they do not plan to attack NATO or EU countries directly. However, they have issued warnings that any action against Russia will be met with a divisive response. This is a clear, implicit threat that cannot be ignored. NATO and the United States are responding cautiously but firmly. Recently, former President Trump suggested that NATO should shoot down any Russian fighter jets entering their airspace. This is a significant escalation because it introduces the possibility of direct military conflict. NATO countries must carefully balance the need to protect their territory with the risk of provoking Russia into a wider war. Russia has also made it clear that any United States military aid to Ukraine or NATO allies could be considered involvement in the conflict. In other words, whatever weapons you provide, their use will involve you. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has, repeatedly requested long-range weapons to defend his country and reclaim occupied territories. Former President Trump indicated a willingness to provide some long-range capabilities, but specifically ruled out supplying Tomahawk missiles. The concern is that such weapons could provoke Russia, potentially escalating the conflict and drawing the United States into direct hostilities. The debate around supplying weapons really illustrates the difficult choices United States policymakers face. How do you support an ally under attack without risking a larger war? Every decision carries consequences, not only for Ukraine, but also for regional and global security. Eastern NATO allies, including Estonia, Lithuania, and Romania, have expressed concern about possible United States troop withdrawals. They argue that maintaining a United States presence is essential to deter Russian aggression. Reports have surfaced that United States military bases in these regions are undergoing cleanup and organizational activities. While this is standard procedure, analysts suggest it may signal preparation for future troop realignment. On September 30th, the Pentagon will hold a high-level meeting with top generals and admirals. Observers are closely watching to see whether these discussions will result in consolidation of forces in key areas to maintain readiness and reduce risk of escalation. Another worrying development is Russia's $25 billion agreement to help Iran build nuclear power plants. While Russia claims this is a civilian project, the potential military implications are, honestly, significant. If Iran repurposes these facilities for nuclear weapons, the United States could face indirect threats. This kind of mirrors how the United States provides military equipment to Ukraine and NATO allies. Russia's support to Iran demonstrates that even non-combat assistance can alter the strategic balance and increase risk. Iran's nuclear ambitions, combined with Russian support, could destabilize the Middle East and force the United States to reconsider its strategy in the region. Monitoring these developments is crucial for maintaining global security. The Pentagon is taking steps to prepare for multiple potential threats. Hundreds of generals and admirals have been summoned for strategic meetings. Threats come from multiple directions: Russia, Iran, North Korea, China, and even Venezuela. Reports suggest that the United States is planning targeted operations against drug facilities in Venezuela. While these are not direct combat operations against a foreign military, they add another layer of complexity to an already tense situation. These actions indicate that United States military leadership is preparing for a wide range of scenarios. From conventional warfare in Europe to unconventional operations in Latin America and Asia, readiness is really being prioritized. Russia's actions have far-reaching implications. Ukraine, ongoing Russian attacks threaten NATO borders and could draw the United States into direct conflict. China, military training from Russia strengthens China's capabilities, increasing risks in the Asia-Pacific region. Iran, nuclear assistance from Russia raises the possibility of nuclear escalation in the Middle East. Global escalation. United States support to allies carries the risk of indirect involvement in broader conflicts. Every decision made by Russia and its partners can ripple across the globe. The United States must carefully balance deterrence, support for allies, and risk management to avoid unintended escalation. So, to sum up the current risks, Russia continues attacks on Ukraine while transferring military expertise internationally. NATO countries are increasing readiness while trying to avoid direct confrontation. United States military aid and troop deployments carry high stakes in multiple regions. Iran's nuclear expansion, supported by Russia, complicates Middle East stability. Eastern Europe tensions require careful monitoring to prevent escalation. The global security environment is extremely fluid. Small mistakes could have major consequences. We are living in a critical moment for global security. Russia's expansion of military influence, combined with ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and partnerships with China and Iran, creates a dangerous landscape. The United States and its allies must carefully navigate these challenges, maintain readiness, and avoid unnecessary escalation. Every decision matters, and the consequences could shape international security for years to come. Stay informed and vigilant. Pay attention to developments in Ukraine, NATO, and global military cooperation. Understanding these events is essential for anyone concerned about global security. Thank you for watching.